she was going to come and join me for some birthday drinks. That was on a Friday night. And then I hadn't heard from her that day on my birthday, you know, and then I thought that's unusual, but I thought, you know, you're in the TV business. I know people get busy and there's deadlines and there's, you know, a whole range of things that could have distracted us. So I was like, I didn't think too much of it. And then later on that evening, probably, I can't remember, it was about 7 o'clock, I guess, some friends of hers started calling me and going, look, we haven't seen her for 24 hours now. And I was like, yeah, no, neither have I. So then I tried to call her and phone was off. And so I decided, well, I won't panic stations yet. And then tried to call her again later that night, nothing. So I ended up going around to the apartment the next morning with a friend of hers who unfortunately got detained later on, and to check on her well-being, because at that stage we weren't living together, but it was an apartment we used to share together. And then, yeah, went into the apartment and everything kind of looked normal until I could see that all the electronic devices, computers, all those sorts of things were gone. And then it was pretty obvious to me then what had happened. Yeah, I rang a friend of mine, phoned a friend of mine at the embassy, went and interrupted his lunch and said, hey, this is what's happened, this is what I found, do you think I'm overreacting? He was like, no, you're not overreacting. And then I went in to see other people at the embassy to talk to them. It's clearly been detained. The question is by whom? Right? In China, there could be a range of different organisations that may detain you. So really, you know, didn't see the point of doing that. So decided to wait until there was notification. The embassy let me know that, you know, they have to be notified within 3 working days of any Australian being detained. So waited for that. The next morning, you know, they called me and said, pop on in, and then let me know that she'd been detained by the Ministry of State Security. That's probably when I was like, yeah, this is not good. I knew the system well enough to know that that's a pretty difficult one. So there's been regular monthly consular visits, which have been suspended at the moment. Apparently due to, you know, COVID-19 related restrictions in Beijing, and that was communicated to the embassy and then obviously communicated to me and her family. I find that just totally unacceptable. I mean, these monthly consular visits have literally been what's kept her going for 20 months. I mean, she's been able to make no phone calls with anybody. She's had, maybe 3 visits from her lawyer just to prepare for the trial. She's not had 1 phone call with family, with her children. Yeah. I mean, it's been an issue all through the, you know, 21 months of her detention has been her health. I mean, fortunately, we're dealing with about the strongest person I know, mentally, emotionally, but there have been some really difficult health challenges along the way.